Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Okay, I was reaching for my coffee over the top of the microphone there.
You've got a Chelsea FC mug there, have you?
I have got a Chelsea.
Are you trying to drive people away from the channel? I know I wore a Man United shirt, but
yeah, damn right. If you get Man
Chelsea,
United, I get my Chelsea. Sorry. Yeah, but don't ask me to name any Chelsea player in the squad right now because I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't right now. Right, so today's video is a band. I actually am going to guess you don't know who they are, but they have been around since early 2000s. But they're no longer around anymore, currently anyway. That's all I'm going to tell you, and we'll let you watch the video and we'll talk about it at the end. So let's go for a surprise for you two. Tell it's American. Yeah, it's the end of the song. There's a little bit more video but we'll finish it there. Right. Okay. So, any guesses on the band?
Which band from the golden age of metalcore is the question I'm going to ask you. I should know this, especially the singer. And have you got a clue?
I haven't got a clue. I mean, it sounds familiar. It might be typical of the genre, but no, I can't place them.
Okay, so the band is called Silent Civilian. Now, the reason you might have mentioned metalcore is vocally, the vocalist was the lead singer for Spineshank.
Fucking hell, that's where I know him from. He's put a lot of weight on. I mean, am I guessing that's 2006, 2007?
2002, I think this album came out.
That's where I know him from.
This is off their second album. It's the lead singer that came off of there. This was off the album Ghost Stories, and they did one called Rebirth of the Temple, which came out in 2000, I think it is. And then after this, he went back to Spineshank a few years after this. But this was his band that he went off to, because obviously he was just the vocalist for this new metal band, Spineshank. But actually, he can play guitar, and he wanted to do something that was more classic metal. So he went off and did a full-on metal, a couple of metal albums. And then they went back and did Spineshank in 2008, 2010, something around that era. They went back and did a new album with them, which was much more metal and annoyed all the Spineshank fans because they wanted another new metal album, and they came out and sounded more like a cross between Spineshank and Silent Civilian.
Yeah, I mean, I never really liked Spineshank. I always thought they were one of the weaker new metal bands, even though I think they were signed to Roadrunner as early as 96. They were like a shit version of Fear Factory, weren't they? But that was that's why I said golden age of metalcore, because interesting. You said he was in Spineshank. Look at what they were doing. That band, they were trying to move on from new metal, weren't they? So you've got the shredding solo with the sweep picking.
Yeah, which I'm sure Andy hated.
Yeah, you've got the Pantera aggression. It's like a metalcore version of Pantera, really, isn't it? Even the chorus, the first time I heard it, I thought, oh, that's weak. It's not. The second time I heard it, listen to the chords that they were playing in the mid-register chords. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I always say this, I am grateful to that era of metalcore, in the early 2000s, because they actually brought back thrash metal. Because if you think about it, new metal got rid of speed. It was all about groove, syncopation. You had the hip-hop element, loud bass in there as well. And they just went, and these metalcore bands, Killswitch Engage being the best example, and Lamb of God, even Trivium, they were just like, no, we're going back to the big four. We're going to put in the solos. We're playing the V guitars. We're going to use the aggression of hardcore in the vocals, but we're still going to have some choruses in there as well with an emotive rock edge. So that's great. But the irony is now, if that was a new band, I'd be bored shitless about, oh, here's another metalcore band. And we really forget how much that this did to bring back thrash. This is the reason why Metallica, even Slayer, started playing fast again, because those bands don't really listen to anything, do they, in the underground, and they weren't doing it in the early 2000s. And then when they heard these bands blowing up in the US, they're like, hey, hang on, we used to play like this, and it gave them the impetus to return, to like Death Magnetic, for example. So I'm always grateful for that. The video, I wish I was paying more attention to it, because at the end, clearly he goes and rescues that girl. We don't know if she's part of the conspiracy to kill the white infidel or not. I doubt it, because we are talking about a child here. And then I wish I was paying more of attention, so I could have connected that with the dinner table scene at the beginning. Was he at the dinner table scene at the beginning with his wife and daughter?
I think they're the early stage. But I mean, it's all about them, basically. It's a very kind of, think about it, early 2000s, it's all kind of about the servicemen and playing up to the patriotism of the Americans going abroad and serving their country, and basically sending Americans over there to go and kill people, which I'm a complete anti-war, I'm a complete anti-army, and I go quite strong on this, because I got quite annoyed with the American people who show pictures of their American servicemen in a church praising the Lord, going, oh, it's great to see these American good Christian people. And I'm like, yeah, but you're just sending them over to another country to kill people. That's not very Christian. That's the reality of war, though, isn't it? No, I disagree with war full stop. For doing the job. It's down to, but should they even exist in the first place? That's a whole other, it's a reality, but it's a reality I don't like. But Let's not get into that debate. That could be a very long video.
That's
I
one
think.
for the pub, that one, David. Andy.
That's a philosophical. Go on, Andy.
It's got everything I like in a metal song, to be honest. You know, the good aggressive vocals, but you could hear the lyrics, you know, could hear what he was saying, and then he went sort of a bit more clean and melodic in the chorus. You've got the gang vocals behind. Solos are complementing the song, didn't go on too long without being too flash. You know, again, all tick boxes for me. He will get a yellow card though, because it's a performance video and he hasn't got a microphone in front of him.
Very good point. Very good.
We're going to have to look for this in every video. And
yeah,
damn right, yeah.
And the storytelling sections, you know, they were authentic. And when you said, David, this is from 2002, that makes it even more controversial because am I right in saying the sort of conflict was happening at that sort of time? Or
2001, it was a response to September the 11th, where the United States, with their allies, including Britain, went in because the Taliban refused to hand over the Al Qaeda terrorists.
I want to put in more recent years, and there's sort of whatever reason, perhaps the content of the song, a place in a music video in the sort of Middle Eastern conflict, Afghan conflict. It was obviously more hard-hitting, you know, making that video when this is all happening. But yeah, it's a good song. I mean, absolutely haven't heard of the band at all. You know, I thought you was going to throw out a band that was a name that I did recognise. Never heard of Silent Citizen. I've heard of Spine Shank, never listened to them. But yeah, decent track. I say, I put down melodic thrash. You know, metalcore has been mentioned in Kirk's summary, but I would term that as melodic thrash. And say, without even saying, you could tell they're American, but you know, they have looking at the video or hearing your intro, David. But yeah, decent song.
Dave, can I just check? Surely that's later than 2002.
It might be.
We're still around. Can you just Google it now?
Oh,
I'm going to
for
guess.
God's sake.
Can I make a guess? Can I make a guess? 2000 and 2009.
You can do if you like.
Because no band was even talking about the change of regime in Afghanistan when the international forces went in and chased the caves.
You're probably right. I thought it was 2002, but
It's got to be 2000. I reckon 2009.
No, you're right. It's 2010. Sorry.
Oh, 2010. Right. Okay.
That makes more sense, doesn't it? Now, you know, that would have been.
Don't ask me to be factual.
That would have been ahead of its time, wouldn't it? A song criticizing the invasion of Afghanistan in 2002.
You know me. I just took. Actually, do you know what? It's because I was thinking about Pitch Shifter in 2002.
Right.
That's probably what it was. I was thinking about PSI. Yeah, justify myself. There you go. Okay, I don't need to really cover much about it because I know lots about the band, but I was a Spine Shank fan. I liked Silent Civilian when it came out. I really wish they'd done more with them. It was really funny when they came out that I watched some of their live performances. So you've got to remember, Spine Shank were playing to big like arenas where they were playing out on theirs, and that was when up to their last album they were playing headlining shows. He came out with this, and there's live performances of him playing in school halls on the floor of a classroom with just him and the band and like 15 people, and they literally got the little monitors on the floor. There's no stage or anything, and that was what Silent Civilian did. They were doing tours around America, playing to like 20 people in bars and in school halls. And so even big bands and with a name, he could go on and play off the fact that he was the singer of Spine Shank, but he literally went out and had to build it and start from scratch all the way over again. All he could do was finance the albums and start from scratch, which I think was just impressive.
His guitar player. I didn't realise that he even had that in his locker. What's he called, the singer from Spine Shank who obviously fronts that band?
No, it's Santos. I'm just trying to find.
Because I remember reading an interview in
Johnny Santos.
That's it. Because I know he was always into stuff like Ozzy Osbourne. I remember him name checking that during the Spine Shank days. So I know he likes his classic metal. But yeah, wow, I didn't realise that he could play thrash metal guitar to that standard. No. Really impressive.
All credit to him. You know, you said his vocalist is an established band, but he's got more to offer and more that he wants to do. So if he's sort of taken time out from Spine Shank to set up a thrash band and do even small shows and a couple of albums, yeah, all credit. That's what you want from your favourite musicians, isn't it?
Yep, very true. Well, there we go. That was Silent Civilian, and the song was Last One Standing. Sorry, not Last Man Standing. I keep thinking of the film with Bruce Willis in it. Last One Standing. And if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share. We'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.